Gina Carano just stuck it to Disney again, and it damn good for them. I'm all in for this. I hope Gina Carano, with help from Elon Musk, tears them a new one. In a marked victory for Gina Carano, the lawsuit that she filed with the help of Elon Musk that Disney attempted to get thrown out, Disney has had their petition for that dismissed by a judge, so now the lawsuit is going forward. Now, as many will know, Gina Carano was fired from the Mandalorian, basically because Disney have a problem with every freaking thing. Gina Carano posted some comments online, as is her right to do. You understand me? None of which were offensive or wrong or anything like that. She posted comments that were historically accurate with certain things and can compare it to something. You like it, you don't like it, fine, you move on with your life. But no, Disney decided to take it a step further, and not just because of what she posted, also because she refused to put pronouns in her bio, and they decided to jump on that and just use it as an excuse to not only fire her, but to publicly try and destroy her. And these people who cling to that joined in. There were people who, when Gina Carano had to appear at a convention, would go about talking about, oh, they need to message the people who have that convention to tell them not to have Gina Carano because her being there is not a safe space anymore, and all this nonsense. People keep going on. I even did a video on it and I was talking about it, and this person messaged me and said in the comments that, oh, what Gina Carano did was so nasty and disgusting, and how dare you support her? And I asked the question, I said, okay, what did Gina Carano do? What exactly did she say? Oh, I don't know what she said. I don't know what you said, but people said how she was making homophobic remarks. And I said, okay, so you don't know what Gina Carano said, but somebody tell you that and you go with it. I said, Gina Carano never said anything homophobic or anything like that. She never attacked anybody. You can look up and you can find it on your own. The woman has done nothing, so why are you going after her like that? Oh, well, she's still a homophobe, and God. And I was like, this is the kind of mentality that these people are after. Somebody just tells you something and you're going with it. No questions asked. Well, that's their problem, because Gina Carano just gave Disney a good swift kick in the ass, and she's going to continue to do it. So dive into this article here from Deadline. Gina Carano beats Disney's move to kill Mandalorian firing suit. Trial looms. Yep. Ooh, that's good. Unless you want to go another round, one of us is going to have to leave, and I was here first. Gina Carano's former rebel shock trooper Cara Dune says in season 1 of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian. Those scripted words from the ex-MMA fighter have an added resonance today as Disney failed to get Carano's discrimination lawsuit over her 2021 firing from the Star Wars series dismissed. So yeah, those words really have a profound meaning now. Alright, so this is what was said here. Defendants have not identified any evidence in the complaint or otherwise to substantiate a claim that they employ public-facing actors for the purpose of promoting the values of respect, decency, integrity, or inclusion. California-based Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett asserted Wednesday in an order kneecapping Disney's move to see Carano's legal action too. So basically what that means is that Disney was basically trying to say that, listen, we hire actors who want to promote the values of respect, decency, integrity, and inclusion, and Gina Carano was not doing that. Now, we know Disney don't hire people for that. We know that because we have seen some of the people who associate with Disney making some of the most nasty, disgusting comments and attacking people, and they're perfectly okay with that as long as you lean to their political beliefs. They're perfectly good with that. perfectly good with it. So yeah, that was basically crap. Accordingly, defendants' invocation of the supposedly detrimental effects of plaintiff's mere presence as one of defendants' employees lacks constitutional import. So basically, what they were saying is that Gina Carano just being associated as somebody who is attached or working with Disney is a problem for them. So they will say that, Gina Carano's mere presence at our company or being associated with our company in any way is problematic for us, because that is the kind of mentality Disney have built up. This is why everybody wants nothing to do with them anymore. Because you basically say that, somebody who doesn't align to what you believe in, mere presence being there is a problem. Because these people believe that the echo chamber of lunatics who they listen to as somehow their actual fans. While no date has been set, unless the force steps in, it is clear at this point that Carano's Elon Musk-backed suit is heading towards trial pending a pricey settlement, which is certainly not out of the question in an increasingly messy matter like this. Well, they paid off one woman who they got rid of. Maybe they might pay off Gina Carano too. And then you see, this whole thing opens the door for a lot of problems for Disney. And I'm all for it. At this stage in the litigation, the court cannot conclude, as defendants urge it to, that plaintiffs' continued employment by defendants would inhibit or intrude upon defendants' right to expressive association. Garnett said earlier in the 23-page denial order centering on Disney and fellow defendants Lucasfilm and Huckleberry Industries' ability to choose who they do and don't want to associate with. As an initial matter, unlike the Boy Scouts or the JCs, defendants are not members-only non-profit organizations. Instead, defendants are for-profit corporations who, as relevant to this lawsuit, employ actors such as plaintiffs as well as administrative staff to create television series and films. So basically what Disney was trying to say is that they should have the right to get rid of Gina Carano and not associate with her, because doing so would inhibit their ability to do anything. That doesn't work, because they are a profit-based corporation and they hire actors for roles. Gina Carano was hired to do a role. She was hired to act in this capacity. You got rid of her because you didn't like what she had to say, because why? You live on Twitter and Twitter told you what to do. That was against the law, and she has the right to sue your ass if she so chooses to. Disney did not respond Wednesday to requests from Deadline for comment on the order. If the company does respond, we'll update this post. All right. In its April 9th dismissal motion against Carano's wrongful discharge and sex discrimination lawsuit over being fired from The Mandalorian, Disney said the ex-martial arts fighter lost her Star Wars series gig in 2021 because of her decision to publicly trivialize the Holocaust by comparing criticism of political conservatives to the annihilation of millions of Jewish people, notably not thousands, was the final straw for Disney. Yeah, right. A Star Wars of words has always been at the core of this dispute. Claiming to be curious rather than culturally callous, Carano insisted in her early February filing to get back her high-profile Mandalorian role and be awarded damages that her words were consistently twisted to demonize and dehumanize me as an alt-right-wing extremist during the public dust-up 3 years ago. Now that dust-up is looking increasingly scorched earth on both sides. So yeah, they literally tried to go out of their way to destroy Gina Carano. They did that, and she has come back swinging multiple times. She hasn't gone down and gone into hiding. She has come back swinging, and she's called out Kathleen Kennedy. She's called out Disney. She's called out the people there, because what she said is that her male co-stars like Pedro Pascal posted certain things online as well, and received no backlash. But no, she posted something and you decided to pile on her. Wasn't doing that. Let's go on here. Former Star Wars actor Gina Carano moved to tears by legal win over the Mandalorian firing. What happened to me was unacceptable, absurd, and abusive, and I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that. U.S. District Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett rejected Disney's claim that it had a right to disassociate its own artistic message from Carano's outspoken political beliefs. Celebrating the decision, Carano posted on X, "I am moved to tears. After a brutal 3.5 years, I am being given the opportunity to move forward in the court of law before the judge and my peers to clear my name. I am so grateful for this opportunity. What happened to me was unacceptable, absurd, and abusive, among other things. It should not have happened to me, and it should not happen to anyone else moving forward. Let it stop here." And yeah, like I said, this is going to open the door for a lot more people who have problems with Disney to come forward and do things. I quite literally fought to get to where I got to in my career through intense ups and downs. And I'll keep up that fight to continue doing what I love. I appreciate all of you who stood by me and defended me, and I am so sorry that similar situations have happened to some of you. I want you to know that I see you and I stand with you. Okay? The former MMA champion went on to thank Elon Musk, who funded her lawsuit against Disney and hired attorneys to represent the ex-Star Wars actress. Yeah, because Elon Musk came out publicly saying that anybody who has a problem with Disney, anybody who's been fired like that, contact him and he will foot the legal bill to take legal action against them. And then Gina Carano responded and said, "I believe I fit that criteria." His legal team met with her and they moved forward. So this is what she had to say. "Thank you to Elon Musk, a man I have never even met, who so graciously gave me a fighting chance. Thank you for standing for justice for all of humanity. May God bless you and your family for years to come, because he has chosen you for such a time as this." She continued, "I was wounded and in so much pain, but I feel that pain lifting now. I pray for justice to shine through this case. It's been one heck of a life. I am looking forward to getting back to the art of storytelling and doing my part to help the world heal. Thank you all. I'm sure it will be quite a battle ahead, but God's given me the ability to take some punches and give some back. My feet are on solid ground. Imagine what your voice can do." Nicely said, really nicely said. Really nicely said. Carano was fired from the cast of The Mandalorian in 2021 after suggesting on social media that the COVID lockdowns were comparable to the Holocaust. So this is what she actually wrote there. The actress was met with heavy criticism after she posted that Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to that point, when Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How was that any different from hating someone for their political views? What about that is so awful? Tell me. Because she's not saying that anyone, what she starts off by giving a clear example. She's talking about how, Jews were getting beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, which is an actual historical fact. She also said that, history is edited because, for the Nazis to get to that point, the government actually had to make their neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. Which is a family. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Which is something that is actually happening in the United States and other places. If you tell somebody you're that you're a Republican, they freak out. Especially some kind of Democrat. And there are people who actively hate Republican people because of these things. This big divide between Democrats and Republicans. Why? Who you vote for should not determine your entire life. It shouldn't. If you want to vote for somebody every 4 years or every 5 years, depending on wherever you live, should not determine your entire life. That's not your entire identity. But this is how they behave. This is how they behave. They actually set this up. So she putting this out. There's not some hateful thing. She's actually speaking the actual truth. They go out there and they dehumanize people. This is why people could do all these horrible things, because they dehumanize people to the point where if you are aligned politically to this, they treat you like you're less than human. If you're politically aligned to that, they're different. So, and this is what happens, and it's wrong. Carano, who played the mercenary Cara Dune on the Star Wars series, deleted the post when it was widely shared online and caused the hashtag Fire Gina Carano hashtag to trend. In March this year, the actor addressed her sacking from the show in an interview with Hollywood Reporter, saying it became very popular to hate me and pick on me. Yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, let me tell you something. I, for one, am very happy that Gina Carano has gotten through with this. I hope that this lawsuit moves forward and she literally rips Disney a new one, because what they did to Gina Carano was just downright wicked. They had no reason to do that. And then firing her was one thing. Actively going out to try and defame the woman's name and reputation is worse. They never want it done to themselves when they're perfectly happy to do it to everybody else. Gina Carano, my dear, I hope you take Disney for every cent they have. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell, be notified every time I put a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.